Every episode we make in this hardcore series is quite an achievement as we're trying to survive in this world and saying to the god of death, not today. Well, another episode, another day of staying alive, and our journey will endure in this world until our last breath. But anyway, welcome back to the hardcore world, to our hardcore world, and of course, it's me, mikeyperion. But anyhow, so three things that I've done off cam. First, we did a couple of things around our, not so starter house. So basically, I already have made this path right over here on the sides of the house. We got here the composer and of course a stable for our horse. I should probably name him Malcolm too though, because Malcolm is actually our horse in the iCraft server. And also I've added this storage chest right over here. I should probably wear my armor. Well, we still got golden armor, but as you can probably already see, we already got some diamond tools and stuff. And of course, I haven't wear our diamond armor yet, but we're just gonna get into that later. But anyway, in the insides, in the interior, so basically we have done a couple of some interior designing, and basically we got some storage, temporary storages, and basically for now this is just serving as our base. On the second floor, on the second level, I already have placed an enchanting area right over here and a brewing stand right over there and some of this netherwork. And on the third level, this one, I just actually have added this, actually our bedroom, and this is some sort of like, our meditating, spot. I also have added these terraces on both sides, which is actually, we got somehow, some fantastic views around. So technically the second thing that I've done off cam is actually our spawner XP farm. It was not really that far from our starter house. I thought it was actually far because I've actually have entered it somewhere over on that direction, which is actually kind of far. But the caves actually still lead us right over here. So basically down here is actually our double spawner XP farm, which we have found, almost on the last part of our episode. And we have here our AFK room just to wait for these, mobs to go down. The different thing about these spawners or this XP farm is that I didn't actually use lava, but anyway, before that, as you can also see that we got a giant ravine here, which is I also have done clearing out, but eventually we're gonna start doing some projects here. So I'm already thinking about an underground base. So basically I didn't actually use the mob softener that we normally use before. So basically what we have used here to bring down the HP of the mobs is actually fall damage. These will actually bring them to probably to 1 heart or half a heart. And the last thing that I wanted to show you guys is actually, this strip mine. Of course, as you may probably already see that, I also forgot to show you guys our armor. I also have started enchanting, but apparently I was not lucky enough. So basically I've used the enchantment table, and basically I only got unbreaking tree on everything because that's actually my priority. So because it's kind of hard to look for a unbreaking tree villager, but I don't know, but it's just my habit. But anyhow, so basically on this area is actually where our strip mine is. So I've done already quite a lot of strip mining. It actually stretches up to probably around 50 to 60 blocks going to that direction. Of course, for this episode we are going to do a couple more stuff. First thing that we wanted to do is to have a trading hall. So basically, probably you have seen in one of our videos about the iron farm and trading hall underground. So basically, we are going to use that similar concept or similar design, and probably we're gonna build it somewhere in this part right over here. I'm not sure if there are actually caves around, but probably you already have observed that we have actually also used replay mods, so we are able to see beyond or behind these blocks, and we can basically x-ray, right? But not only x-ray, of course, I'm not going to abuse that. And basically we already have gathered most of the diamonds before I actually had that replay mod, because it was just yesterday where I have installed the replay mod. And anyhow, so after that, of course, we are going to start gearing up. We are going to trade with the villagers and get some more enchantments for our armor. And the main goal for this episode is actually to slay the dragon. But of course, hopefully we're gonna survive that. It's one of the most dangerous adventure that we are going to tackle here. And pretty much, well, let's put an end on it, right? So at least we'll know if we're gonna survive that. If not, we're gonna end the series, unfortunately. But if we survive, well, life goes on, right? But anyhow, so well, let's start our episode. I know it has been a long intro. Let's get it on. And of course, first thing that we have to do is build our iron. I also have a change of plan. So instead of like having the iron farm on this section, because the disadvantage of having the iron farm right over here, we have a huge ravine right over here, which we don't want to cover this up because this is a massive place, right? And we don't have enough stones to fill everything up here. Probably it's the best if we're going to do it on this side. But I know there's like a couple of caves because I already have cleared out these sections. Yeah, I already have cleared out, torched up this place here. But I'm not sure if there are actually more caves in somewhere in this area. But most likely we are going to cover this up. I think this is much smaller space than the ravine, right? I just remembered our strip mining area is actually on this section right over here. But basically the golems cannot actually spawn here. But for this one, yeah, we need to make this spawn proof against the iron golems, right? Well, just earlier, a couple of hours ago, I received a comment. I believe that's unwanted engineer. So basically, yeah, I'll just gonna post his comment. So he commented in our iron farm design that there's more than 10 cats that will actually stop the iron golems from spawning in our iron farm. So also, I think it's the best thing if we're going to have it on this section right over here, since we already have cleared out the diamonds on this side. And basically, we already have the strip mine there. So probably the cats can actually spawn there. And eventually, if they go away, far away from the iron farm or the trading hall, eventually they will despawn, right? So I think it's also a good measure if we're going to have the strip mine below the tunnel, although we can also make a strip mine on the other side. But I think it's not the time for now to expand, our strip mine and search for more diamonds, right? Probably I just need to mark things up and check out if there are more caves around. So basically, well, that's the next thing that we have to do, and well, let's try to do that. And now we already have dug out the area for our iron farm. So basically, well, this is going to be the similar design as what we have in the showcase video about the zombieless iron farm. So just to explain things very quickly, so this midsection right over here is going to be the spawnable area for the iron golems, which we are going to have a water stream that will actually push all of those iron golems that will spawn in this section to this part right over here, which is going to be the killing chamber. And of course, we are going to kill the iron golems using lava. In terms of like the layout, what I have actually planning to change is that, well, in the original design, we used to have the beds on these sides right over here and also on that other side right over there. So instead of having the beds on this section, we are going to place the beds on this midsection right over here. Well, just to make it, somehow more compact, should I say. Basically, we are going to have 8 beds on this side right over here and 8 beds on that other end right over there. And of course, we are also going to have 10 beds on the midsection right over here, which is going to be, well, in a total of 26 bed, right? And hopefully that will be enough for us to spawn, well, just the right amount of iron ingots that will, basically, because the original design, we used to have like around 40 beds, if I can remember it correctly, but that one is actually overproducing, and we're actually having a lot of iron ingots, more than what we needed. So basically, well, just to reduce the, the efficiency of this farm, we have to somehow, well, reduce the number of villagers. The main purpose of this, iron farm, at least for this episode, is going to be the villager trading, right? And hopefully, with those 26 villagers, we can already find mending trade, right? Basically, in terms of like the layout on the workstations on this area, this is where we are going to have the lectern. So we are going to have like 20 lecterns and probably 2 farmers, 2 clerics and as well as 2 masons. So I think that's already enough for us to, do some trading with the villagers, right? But anyhow, so well, before we actually bring in some villagers here, of course, well, I'm also planning to decorate this because basically once we already have brought in the villagers here, well, we are going to have troubles in terms of like, replacing the ceiling, the floorings and stuff, at least to make it look pleasant and nice, right? Of course, last thing, well, I also have dug out this layout like right over here. So basically this is already going to be part of the main hall that we are planning in the future. But of course, well, we are not going to work much in this section because, well, like I said, our priority right now is actually the iron farm, right? So already have scouted around and looked for the villages where we can actually get the villagers. And of course, I also have stolen their bell. And well, the nearest village that where we can actually get the villagers is actually the one next to the taiga biome. Well, basically, we have visited that during the last episodes. And basically, of course, we already have finished decorating this place and as well as, well, basically most of the mechanics of this, iron farm. But we just did, of course, this bell right over here in the midsection. And as well, I just realized that I don't actually have some blaze rods. So, well, we also did this brewing stand for our clerics. And I think, yeah, so I guess we're already ready to, to bring in some villagers in our iron farm. So basically, we are going to use bows for us to bring the villagers in our iron farm, but I'm not sure how we are actually going to bring them down here. But since we already have planned this to make like our underground base, so what I'm thinking is that probably we could make a hole on this section right over here. So basically, probably that's also going to be our, well, water elevator in the future. So basically, we still need to plan out on how to get the villagers in our iron farm. Well, like I said, the nearest one is the one in the taiga biome, and of course, well, let's just figure it out. And now we already have taken, well, at least 2 villagers from that village right over there. And I think this is actually the closest village that we have in this map. At least for, going to our base. But anyhow, so well, I also have surveyed and cleared out the pathway that we are going to tackle using this robo. So basically, I've cleared out some trees, made some dirt bridges, and made some tunnels to go through. Well, what I'm thinking is that probably it's the best for us to have some sort of like a time-lapse, a scenic time-lapse, well, while transporting at least one of these villagers going back to our base, and the other one probably we're just gonna do that off-cam, right? So basically, yeah. So I think it's a good idea for us to have some sort of like a break, building that iron farm and stuff. So, but anyhow, well, let's do a time-lapse, and well, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. We already have successfully brought in 2 villagers in our iron farm slash trading hall, but there's quite a bit of a problem though, because, well, I'm not sure why they are not actually sleeping on their beds, but I'm not sure yet with this kid though. But yeah, so basically I already have gave them breads, so now they already got 1 offspring, and hopefully later on they will gonna produce more offspring. And I'm not sure why this villager is not actually taking any profession, but this one, I think he is also not into his composers. But well, I still need to investigate some things. I'm not sure what is actually the problem here, but well, I'm just gonna do a bit of some observation, and of course, well, hopefully this is going to be a successful, iron farm and trading hall, right? Wow, well, that was very quick. And actually, this librarian right over here, which has even like 10 emeralds for a mending book, it was only actually like the 4th one or the 5th one. Well, he actually almost died because he actually grew up on top of this lectern, and that's the reason why I've actually placed some blocks, well, just to prevent those kids from, you know, getting suffocated, right? So basically we're just gonna have this temporarily, and there's also quite a problem though. As you can see, well, these iron golems already have started spawning, and somehow they actually spawn between these gases, but eventually they will actually be pushed to the killing chamber, but sometimes they got stuck. Well, it just take quite a while before they actually got out of those glass blocks, but eventually hopefully that will be fixed though. But so far, well, it's kind of good. I mean, I'm actually happy that this is actually already working now. So, well, what we need to do now is just basically to get some more of those enchanted books, especially those mending. So probably we are also gonna need some protection enchantments and some of those feather falling and all of those important enchantments that we are going to need in order for us to defeat that Ender Dragon, right? But anyhow, of course, I'm gonna do a couple of grindings, probably a lot of grinding, and as well as gaining some XPs. Basically, well, I just need to do those things and I'll be back. So after a night of grinding XPs and, well, enchanting our armor, so basically, well, we have fully upgraded, well, not fully though, but according to my standards of fully upgraded armor. So basically, first, our armor already got, of course, everything that we needed, especially for the helmet. We got the Aqua Affinity, Respiration, and Fire Protection and Mending. For the chest plate, we already got Thorns Tree, which is fortunately we got one villager who actually sells Thorns Tree because it's one of the rare enchantments that we can actually get from the, you know, I mean, from the enchantment table. And I'm not even sure if you can actually get Thorns Tree in the enchantment table, but fortunately, actually, we got one. And basically, we also got Blast Protection 4 in our chest plate. And then on our leggings, we got Projectile Protection 4. And for the boots, well, we already got the Death Strider 3, Feather Falling 4, and as well as Protection 4, which is the normal protection. And for the armor and tools, well, basically we already have upgraded everything to, well, efficiency 5, and including some Silk Touch and, you know, this stuff. And for the sword, well, we already got, we were able to get a Sharpness 5, which I actually just combined a couple of Sharpness 3 and even like Sharpness 2 books, and then just to come up with a Sharpness 5 enchantment. And as well as we already got Sweeping Edge, and I think that one we got that in one of the Desert Temple, if I could remember it correctly though. And Looting Tree, well, I also tried to combine several books in order for us to come up with Looting Tree, but fortunately, well, by the end, I actually got Looting Tree on the level 3 enchantment in the enchantment table. But for now, I guess we're very much ready. And also, well, I also forgot to mention about, well, since we're already at Minecraft 1.16, well, we also got our Diamond Hoe, which also have Fortune 3 and Efficiency 5, and of course same as with our Fortune Pickaxe, which also have Efficiency 5. Thanks to our efficiency guy, well, basically I also have name tag him, and there he goes. So this guy is actually a savior because, well, it made our job much easier. So basically he actually sells Efficiency 4 books for only 23 emeralds, and actually earlier it was discounted, so basically I think it can actually sell it for like 18 emeralds, so which makes our job much easier. And of course, well, we got that, and we got a couple of this is actually the mending guy, and he actually also sell Fortune 3 now, which is kind of expensive though. It's 44 emeralds. So basically, well, I think that all of these beds are already occupied, so I think it's already safe for us to remove these temporary blocks here. And now it's time for the dragon fight. But of course, well, we still need to do a couple of stuff before we actually, well, turn into our next mission and the final mission for this episode, which is actually killing the dragon, right? So anyhow, so basically a couple of things that we needed to prepare. First, we needed to go to the nether to gather some ender pearls, and as well as some blaze rods to turn them into blaze powder, so at least we can have some Eye of Ender. And as well as for those blaze powder, we are also going to brew some potions that we are going to need, like invisibility potion and as well as strength potion and probably some healing potion. So yeah, but anyhow, so I'm not sure if I'm actually excited or scared. I don't know. I mean, I consider that killing the dragon is actually the most difficult challenge in this game. But anyhow, so well, of course, let's prep up our next mission and of course, well, I'll be back. So we made our temporary bunker right over here just to hunt for these, well, Enderman. It's kind of annoying though because they kept on teleporting, and so far we already got 9, so probably we are going to need around 15 to 20 of these Ender Pearl. Well, good thing that I actually remembered to bring. Well, I actually went back to the overworld just to get these golden boots because because of these piglins. Here is actually the fortress, so basically I think we can already get up here. Well, we actually got a Witherhead. Alright, so let's try to farm more of these blaze rods because, well, we only gonna need a couple of them actually. So I guess 25 is good, so I think we're done here. So now it's time to prep up all of the things that we are going to need. Of course, we are going to brew some potions, like I said. We are also going to need an ender chest. But anyhow, so well, let's do those stuff and I'll be back. And now I guess we're ready. So basically, well, already have gathered all of the stuff that we are going to need for this adventure, for this challenge to kill the Ender Dragon. Well, I've gathered almost 2 stacks of this obsidian. Well, we also got a bunch of potions right over here, and also 5 golden apple, a stack of food, and a bunch of arrows. And also, well, we are not going to use a horse, or we are not going to use Malcolm to get there. And because since we actually don't know anything about the location of the stronghold, so basically, of course, we are going to use this Eye of Ender to determine where is the direction of that stronghold where we can actually find the end portal and of course a bed. And yeah, I think that's it. So I guess we're already ready and we just need to bring this ender chest with us. Let's see where we can actually go though. So yeah, so let's use one. There you go, there's quite a delay. So it's going to that direction, and of course, let's just follow that. And let's do it in a form of a time-lapse again, a scenic time-lapse, and well, let's do it. So this is where the Eye of Ender directed us. So basically, yeah, it just goes down. We got a cave here, so let's check this out and hopefully, well, this is actually open to a stronghold, should I say? And it's just a dead end though. Let's try the staircase, and we found it. That was pretty quick. I'm guessing this is actually the roof. No, it's actually the walls. Ooh, I can already hear a baby zombie though. Oh, I can hear the baby zombie. And well, I can actually see it from here, so I'm not sure on how we can actually get there, but yeah, there's actually a door there. Just do it very quickly. Alright, so at least we already have found this ender portal, and we got 2 which is already filled up, so probably it's the best if we're going to block this. So let me just spawn proof this, and of course I also need to set up a nether portal here, but we are not actually going to go through the nether portal, so basically we just need to get these cords just to make sure. So let me just do a screenshot of that, and then yeah, so basically we just need to prep up, and well, I'll be back. And now I guess we're ready to go to the end. But before that, first I wanted to say that one of my technique is actually using an invisibility potion once we enter the end, because, well, since we're actually in the single player world and the attention of the Ender Dragon is only gonna be with us, and especially that, well, if we have spawned, I mean, if the spawning platform is actually in the middle of the void, that could be very, very dangerous. And also a disclaimer, so once we have got into the end, so basically I'm also gonna, well, switch to replay mode just to have, you know, I mean, some sort of like a nice cinematic, right? And I'm not sure if I'm going to be alive or if I'm going to die, but hopefully though, hopefully we'll gonna survive this, well, at least just to make the season last, right? And anyhow, so, well, I guess we're ready, so let's already place this this Eye of Enders, and practically, well, I should say that, well, I have to say my closing remarks. I'm just gonna leave you guys this video of me fighting the Ender Dragon, and hopefully, well, I'm not going to make this like a cliffhanger, of course. Well, you're gonna see if I'm going to die and if I'm going to, well, survive, right? But anyhow, so well, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. And of course, well, I'm gonna see you guys in the other side.